Wanted to wish all the fathers out there happy Father's Day. I know it's tomorrow. Hopefully you get home to your family. If you can't, hopefully they do something great for you when you do get home. All the sacrificing, all the hard work, all the crying, all the sweat, all the tears. I know you do it for your family, and I know that they care about you. And this year is my first year of being a dad to a little mother trucker. And I don't even know what that's supposed to be like. And it's just a crazy feeling. And so I'm glad to join the team. And so wishing all the fathers a happy Father's Day. And let's get into today's video. What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Let's get into some topics that happened this week. Let's start with the one where C.H. Robinson is getting sued for that big accident, that U-turn accident that we know that happened in Florida. Where 3 people lost their lives. You know, a driver emailed and said, Alex, C.H. Robinson has to get screwed over this now because of Supreme Court saying that brokers can be liable for hiring carriers that get into accidents. And so this is what C.H. Robinson said back. You know, they said a statement back to Freight Waves and other media outlets. They said they actually did not broker the load involved in the crash. They said the carrier involved, White Hawk Carriers, was not an approved carrier in its system at the time of the crash. The carrier had not moved any shipments for them since January 29, 2024. Therefore, it had no record of the shipment being handled or dispatched by them at all. So, from that, if they got legal paperwork on that, it seems like they're not going to get screwed on this one right here. You know, people are saying that they believe that there's a good chance that loads were double brokered somewhere there, and that could be it. But yeah, as far as that, just want to answer the question there. Man, if they really do have the data that they haven't used White Hawk carriers since 2024, then they're probably going to get off the hook on that one. Thought this one was a good video right here. You know, Overdrive put out a video on YouTube basically saying hunting chameleon trucking operations. Troopers learn to fight remote ELD fraud. And so check out the video. I'll put the links down below on that one. But the thing that they're saying is there's a lot of chameleon carriers, fake carriers out there. And what they're doing is, of course, they shut down and then they open up back with a new name. And how are these drivers driving from California to Florida in like 2 days? Well, here's the thing that they're doing in Tennessee to catch these drivers. You know, law enforcement is stating that as soon as they pull them over, they are taking pictures right away so that if they drive on later that day and keep on driving and then they get pulled over by another weigh station, then they could submit those pictures to the next DOT weigh station and prove that these drivers are cheating their logs, right? And so it's one of those things. We had a fun question about that last week, and I asked, hey, what if there were no hours of service? And there was a lot of great answers to that, but you know, it's one of those things where it's always the people that are doing things wrong, doing things cheap, and they're ruining it for everybody else. So just thought that was a good one right there. Give that one a view and listen. Hey, FMCSA is doing something pretty cool here. You know, FMCSA says it is increasing enforcement on drug and alcohol rules for non-CDL commercial vehicles. Why is this important? Because there are some of them out there that, you know, they're almost in the realm of needing a CDL, but they don't get tested for jack, right? It says FMCSA defines a non-CDL CMV as a vehicle that is used in interstate commerce and has actual weight or weight rating over 10,000 pounds, but does not meet the definition of a CDL required CMV or seats between 9 to 15, including the driver. And the company is being compensated for providing the transportation and does not require placards. So right there, you know, there are some hotshot drivers out there, you know, that are part of this. And, you know, this road, it needs to be safe for everyone. If CDL holders have to uphold to a professional level when it comes to drug and alcohol standards, I mean, I feel like these vehicles and drivers should be held to that same standard as well. So tell me what you guys think about that. Here's one from Illinois State Police. It says that it just had its June blitz, you know, 1,263 commercial vehicle inspections. Now, 2,812 violations discovered, 198 drivers out of service orders, and 83 vehicles out of service orders. So from this, tell me, were you in this or not? And a second to that, do you think that these blitz are actually helpful, or are they really not? Right, Mutha Truckers, comment down below. Just want to give you an update on that right there. Reading through the comments when we talked about EPA, they have that new rule where, they don't want you to just go into limp mode right away. So they're asking these manufacturers to up that, right? So usually it goes from like 45 after that to like 15, and then it goes to like 5. So, Daimler was looking at going from 5 to 25. And a lot of drivers express that they're not happy with that either, because if the minimum speed limit is 40 in a 70 or something like that, then it should be 40, not 25. They still say that if you're limping at 25, that's still dangerous. And you know what? I do agree with that. There's a video right here, a lot of concerns people had. The one that stated about new roadside tests for truck drivers. This was something that they were doing out there in Virginia. And there's other states that want to follow suit. When it comes down to it, they're saying that they're going to let officers pull over for inspection of any drivers, including truck drivers. So everybody within the state for a saliva check. The thing that they were looking at is if they could give you a breath test for thinking that you had too much alcohol, then they're saying that they could give a saliva test if they think you're on drugs. And people are saying, nope. Collecting DNA samples. We don't need any more tests. You need a warrant for that. Yeah, I'll refuse. I will never give my DNA. So unconstitutional. They will be sued. Who says the cops won't rub your DNA upon a crime scene? A lot of people are very not happy with this right here. And so, yeah, people believe that it's not going to be good. It says more damn harassment violating our constitutional rights. So overall, Virginia, maybe look twice at this, because a lot of drivers are not happy with this. And I'm telling you, it's probably something that you need to look twice at, because a lot of people are saying no. Now, with that said, if a police officer thinks that you've had alcohol, do you feel the same thing with a breathalyzer test? Yes or no? Overall, Mutha Truckers, hopefully you're having a great day. If you're celebrating Father's Day tomorrow, just want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man, especially in the trucking world. There are just so many truck drivers, fathers that are just sacrificing their life and time to provide for their family. And I know that your family loves you and understands what you're doing. And if you can't get home, I'm hoping that when you do, they cook you a really nice dinner, something for you, because you deserve it. And I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Mutha Trucker News. News. Mutha Trucker News. News. Mutha Trucker News.